What's going on, guys? Sorry, Shadows here, back again with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how Cubecraft grew in 2021. Obviously, if you play Cubecraft yourself, you'll notice the growth from before 2021 when there was no NA servers, no Asian servers, and another server coming soon that was leaked, but I'm not going to talk about here because I might get in trouble about it, but yeah, and how it went from getting player counts of 30,000 to even hitting 50,000 players in March 2021 this year, even though it was like 2 days only. But yeah, let's not talk about that. I'll save that for the rest of the video. Today's video will be just covering a bunch of topics about different sizes, which I'll go over in the next little bit after the intro. And yeah, make sure to stick around to the end. And let's get on with it. In today's video, I'm going to be covering 4 points. Point number 1 being the updates and new games. Point number 2 being the new player count over the year. Point number 3, I've got a couple but negative updates that happened this year, but they're minor. And number 4 is the future of Cubecraft beyond 2021, as in like 2022 and so on and so on. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting off with new games, we've got obviously the release of Parkour this year. We also had Magic and Mayhem in the summer. We had all the new RPGs. All well updates, all really nicely. Obviously with the new lobby at the moment, tons of new games. Also had the release of Battle Arena, I think it was also this year. I know last year earlier on beta games, I think this year was the full release of it. Keeping on the updates of new games, obviously this is also linking into point through a couple of negative updates. They have released a ton of old games again, so you've got releases like Carving Chaos coming back, which no one really liked. Even Cubecraft, I think they admitted to me in DMs when I had a couple of staff about it that they probably think Carving Chaos wasn't really the best choice they could have gone with, because obviously seeing player counts of like 20, 30 players on it, out of a server getting 20,000 daily players, I think it's like what, 0 something percent of the player count playing Carving Chaos, and it's a bit sad to be honest. They released a couple good like long updates. So you had the Spring RPG, then straight after that you had Magic and Mayhem, which I think drained them completely. So then the Halloween update was basically all old content again, minus the new bundle, and that was the same with the Winter update, was all old games apart from a new bundle, obviously the new lobby as well. But it was all just old gameplay stuff, which everyone had played before. Well, obviously not everyone, because there was a couple of new people to the server, which also brings them back into the point of the player count. With the start of the year, I think the maximum player count was like 30,000, and in March, I think it was like March 16th or 17th, someone can correct me in the comments, that would be appreciated. It hit 50,000 for like 3 days, which was a big shock. Everyone's still confused why it hit 50,000 for those 3 days. I think it was that one weekend, I'm not sure why. But yeah, it hit 50,000 for a couple of days. Also, another big factor for these new player counts is the new server regions that they released. Obviously, with the release of the NA servers, I think it was before summer they released them, or I can't fully remember, and that brought in a ton new players from other servers that preferred Cubecraft, but obviously they didn't have an NA server, so they just went to competitors like Hive and Galaxo or whatever else had NA servers. And then recently, I think the past like couple months, and the thing was last month actually, with the release of Asian servers, bringing in a whole fresh wave of players from the Asia region, so all of that region in the east, made people's lives a lot better, and people want to come back on Cubecraft, which is obviously good for the future of the server if they keep releasing servers. I think next, if I remember back to a teaser, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this in a video after I saw the teaser, but I think Oceania might be next due to a recent bug that happened while testing out NA servers. They released a fourth option as well saying Oceania, but I'm not quite sure if that's been confirmed or denied yet. And also, I think just to the fact that the servers was sort of releasing good content and good updates for change. That's just joking. Your updates have always been good. And the fact how they actually listen more to their community than other servers. Obviously, you got servers like Galax like updating weekly, but with Cubecraft's size, they just won't be able to release weekly updates, which is fair enough. But every time they release an update, they have a lot of pressure behind them to make sure the update is good, working, not buggy. And I've spoken with a couple of the developers while making this video, and I've seen the work that they've done myself. But obviously, Cubecraft's external community program, you get to meet a ton of the staff, they're all really friendly. People always like bad like the staff, saying, "Oh, the staff are bad. Staff don't do anything." But staff are so busy every single day. It's a volunteering job. They don't have to be there. But still, every single day, the staff are there to help you, which is a surprise compared to other servers, which is a lot more difficult. What else do I need to talk about player count? Well, there's not really much else to talk about. Obviously, you got a couple of games have died this year, like Minorware, survival games. Those two games have taken a massive hit this year. The main reason being because they're so buggy, but they also don't really receive updates. I think Minorware received an update this year, but it wasn't really liked by the community because a couple of the games just didn't fully work. And also some of the games are still there today, really buggy, which is also another negative update, I believe, because no one wanted to play the new, if you know what the bin kit one about, if you don't, it's called Hook the Mod, basically it's a fishing mod. And if you're a Cubecraft player, you know fishing mods just don't work on Cubecraft. I don't know what they did, they just don't want to work, which is quite odd. But obviously you also got good game updates like parkour, bringing in a whole fresh wave of people who want to play parkour on Minecraft servers, but they just don't really have a place to go. And with Cubecraft releasing parkour, it was well like received by the community. Also, it was imported from Java, and I know I speak with some of the people in the Java parkour community, and that community is quite nice. It's also something to actually have fun and just if you want to like relax but play Cube, you can play parkour. Also, with the full release, I think it was this year, of Battle Arena, so 1v1s, 2v2s, and FFA, bringing in competitive PvP players into the server from practice servers like Ectory and all those others. I don't know many. As you can probably tell, I don't practice my PvP often. Like the background gameplay, I don't even know when this gameplay was. I just found it on my hard drive, so I just thought, yeah, just use this. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about player count now and go back to fully talk about some couple of negative updates this year. So obviously you've had the recent Egg Wars update. As I'm making this video, the Egg Wars update came out like last week, I think it was, and it wasn't a good update at all. They broke many items in the shop. Like at the moment, efficiency 12 is broken. Sharpness 8 diamond sword is just completely broken. There's just, if you buy it, you've won the game if you have full diamond, because I think it's like 2 hit leather armor, I think, with sharpness 8, I can't remember. And also the fact how emeralds are so easy to get now. I know obviously it's to balance out. It was attempting to balance it out, but it didn't balance it out at all. It just made it a lot worse for players like me in the Egg Wars community. I was also touching on, there's this sort of side note, but the Egg Wars community is also pretty toxic at the moment, but I'm not going to talk about that here. This is just how Cubecraft grew. And obviously, YouTubers have been a big part of this year. Like, you've got people like Waspbrain, G Farron, Yao San, Related Noobs. I don't think of all the others off the top of my head. You've got, that's not it. You got Quazeeks. Good YouTuber, by the way. I'll go subscribe to Quazeeks. All YouTubers. I'll try and link as many as I can in the description if I remember, that is. If not, then I apologise. But yeah, there's been tons of good content creators this year, just putting out Cubecraft content where there's like a market, and obviously streams are what people just want to see. No one wants to see boring old gameplay every single time of the same stuff. That's also why a tip for you if you're trying to start a YouTube channel is create original content. All these people like, oh, match trends, that won't always work in your favour. You want to make your content original, something no one's done before. Like, obviously not praising myself, but I try and make my content original, and just making content that people enjoy. That's literally the only things you need to do, and make sure that you enjoy the content yourself. I'm really getting off topic here, so I'll get back on topic with the negative updates. But you should just honestly, Cubecraft just need to revert the Egg Wars update, I believe. They also released 2 new Egg Wars mega maps. They released Atlantis and Eve, and I was, obviously, if you know my channel, I'm an Egg Wars mega player. I was speaking with a couple of the staff about this before the update, and I said, because obviously they accidentally revealed they were releasing 2 mega maps, and I said to them, if you're going to make 2 Egg Wars mega maps, 1, don't make them lag, 2, don't make them massive, and 3, make sure it's easy to play on. and they went, okay, we'll try and make sure of this. And update day comes around, map 1, Atlantis. I'm like, I get in there, the map's massive. I'm like, I told them not to do this. I land in, my frames dropped to 2, and I'm like, oh no, it's now laggy. And it was just a confusing map. And then I was like, okay, let's go check out Eve now. And I load up Eve, and I'm like, oh no, this is even worse. And lag is just everywhere. You get like 2 FPS at mid, 1 FPS, no, 1 FPS at mid, 2 FPS at your island. The original shop location was bad, and now it's even worse. You can't really build an egg defense anymore. But yeah, that's sort of the negative updates out the way. I just needed to get like negative updates out there because obviously I can't just go praising everything. There has to have some criticism, because obviously companies like Cubecraft have to be able to take criticism and grow from it, which they have done, which is fair enough. Able to take criticism on is a good thing a Minecraft server needs. And I'll probably get into the future of Cubecraft now, because this video is getting quite long. The future of Cubecraft beyond 2021. Well, what do I see happening? I see next year releasing Oceania servers, maybe South American servers as well. That's something I believe they're going to look into. And if those two go well, maybe Africa servers. I have a feeling they might release those 3 servers. And if they do, they basically will control the market. I have a feeling if Cubecraft do a couple good updates, seeing how Minecraft is at the moment, I could see Cubecraft hitting 100,000 players in 2022. If they hit 50,000 this year, or stopping them hitting 100,000, I see them releasing 2 games. A couple of Java games I have had my eye on for a while coming to Bedrock, and I have a feeling they're going to be next. One of them's Among Slimes. If you're a Java player, it's basically, if you're not a Java player, you basically what it is, it's just Among Us but with slimes instead of, well, I don't even know what they are. It's the Among Us characters, but they're slimes instead. It's a really fun game mode actually. It's fun for streams as well. Like if you watch any Java YouTubers, I'll try and link some down below as well. But watching Among Slime is actually really fun, because obviously it's competitive. It does get a little bit toxic sometimes, but it's fun and competitive. And I also see them possibly releasing another PvP style game. Like maybe Wing Rush, maybe, I don't know, Java games, so maybe another Block Wars game as well. I see that happening in 2022. Because I know there's another one, I think it's called Core, Block Wars Core. If you're a Java player and you could correct me on that, would actually be greatly appreciated. And yeah, what else do I see happening next year? I see them getting a whole ton of new staff as well, and maybe, just maybe, good Bedrock staff. I'm just kidding, Bedrock staff at the moment. I want to thank Bedrock staff actually for the work they've done in 2021. It's been such a great year, and just good responses from staff time as well. It's been good. Basically, while I'm getting to the end of this video, I'm just going to finalise some points. So next year, it's going to be good for the server. It's going to have high growth. I really hope it does. Cubecraft, keep sticking at it. You know what you need to do, and you know what you need to fix in order to make the server actually good, and hopefully you keep the crown of being #1. There's actually Galaxite. I have a feeling, this is for a separate video, but Galaxite might also be a competitor next year. I have a feeling it'll be a competitor. But obviously there's also another thing I forgot to mention in this video, is the communities inside Cubecraft are ridiculous. You've got communities like Cubecraft Cafe, you've got Central Academy, you've got Empire. Empire aren't really a Cubecraft, I honestly can't remember. You also got Cubecraft Universe, you've got all these Cubecraft Times as well. All these good, you also got Bolt, you've got Circuit, you've got all these good communities that have been started from people like me, like ordinary people, being able to get people together, which is good to see, because last year there was very little community. You had TPG, Skywars Academy, and Cube World. That was it. So those 3 were the only really communities. And it's been nice to, on Bedrock obviously, I'm not sure about Java, but obviously it's been so nice seeing so many new communities. Obviously, I think Cubecraft Times was around last year, I can't remember. There's so many good communities just appearing. It's been fun to see, and it's been fun to be a part of. But that's for another day, and yeah, I hope I'm gonna end this now. I'll let the gameplay keep going until it finishes. I don't even know what's going on in the background, but I think I've got a 4-minute gameplay going on. I honestly can't remember. I want to thank you all for watching this video. It's been a bit of a lengthy one to record this time, and yeah, I think this is being released on Christmas Day, I believe. So if it is, have a good Christmas. I hope you all got what you wanted. I know I hope I got what I wanted. I know what I got because I've already bought it. So yeah, it does also mean 2022. I'm personally going to be upping this content. So if you could subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. I am trying to hit 700 subs as fast as I can. We're at 604, I believe, at the moment. So if you could subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'll let the background gameplay finish, and I'll see you next year. Or, well, I don't know, it's not next year. I'm seeing you like next week. I should be back. I've got a video dropping around the 28th, 29th, and then the 30th, the day before New Year's Eve, I'm gonna stream, hopefully, if my Xbox can handle it, and then my next new stream will be like in the new year. So I want to thank you all for watching my content this year, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.